Hi, I'm Joe Dempsie. I'm shooting today for A Book Of. That was quite a process. I think along with half of London, I'd actually auditioned for the role of Jon Snow when they were casting for the pilot episode of Game of Thrones. I think every sort of actor of a certain age probably went in for that part. They cast Kit, which I think was definitely the correct decision. And then it was about 18 months after that they were commissioned for a full season. I think they went off and they made the pilot and made a few changes, made a few tweaks here and there, and then eventually were given the full season. And then there was a whole load more parts to cast, and I went in for quite a few of them. There was Pip and Gren at the Wall as well, and I didn't get them either, and I was convinced that they must have thought I was a terrible actor. And then eventually Gendry came along, and again, it was bizarre. You asked about my most memorable audition experience, and this is actually one of them as well, because again, it was a terrible audition. The one where I met David and Dan for the first time, they kept telling me they kept sort of saying, hey, by the way, can you just tone your accent down a little bit, because, the American audience, I don't understand what you're saying, man. And so I tried, and again, they said, yeah, we didn't quite get a lot of what you said then. And eventually, I think I just said, well, anyway, it was nice to meet you, thanks very much, and left the room kind of going, well, yet another part in Game of Thrones I can kiss goodbye to. And then somehow I got the part, and I think because of how terrible I was convinced the audition was, I was then subsequently convinced I was going to get fired at some point early on in the filming process. Someone's going to tap me on the shoulder and go, We've all just realised what a terrible mistake we've made. Your flight's in an hour. It's not actually that easy, I think, getting into the role of Gendry, not because he's in any way a sort of an extreme character. He's not on one end of a certain spectrum or the other. It's just that the information you have about him at your disposal is quite minimal. The appeal of Game of Thrones, and I think the reason why the books were so successful as well before the TV shows, that information about characters is revealed to you as the story unfolds. And so as actors, you're having to interpret a lot yourself without actually knowing for sure. I feel like Gendry's journey through the season, through the entire show, has been one of almost constant discovery about who he is and where he's come from. So that's hard as an actor to play. There's all these things that all of our experiences make up who we are, and I've had very little to go on in terms of Gendry's life. Being involved in something like Game of Thrones, just the scale of it is, it's on a level that I've never experienced before, and hopefully will experience again, but might not, So just being on that set, seeing the number of people that it takes to create something like Game of Thrones, the credits go on for about 5 minutes at the end of the show, and there's a reason for that. Every name you see, they have a job that is absolutely necessary. And then in terms of the character himself, I feel like I think he seems like the straight man in a world of kind of crazy people, and I kind of like that. Gendry is an everyman, and he's becoming increasingly reeled into the political games of privileged people, and seeing him navigate that, or navigating that with him is always fun. I think it's the Hound. I think he's my favourite. I love Rory McCann anyway, and I just think he's got. Just the cynicism. I'm quite a cynical person, and it really strikes a chord with me. I also have Scottish family, so hearing such bile in a Scottish accent is a real joy. Hello. Well, I mean, I think I have to take a bit of responsibility for those still rowing memes, because during the transmission of season 4, I think most weeks after the episode had aired, I would be bombarded with messages from people on Twitter asking where Gendry was, and it kind of increasing in intensity and explicitness as well. And so so I just wrote "still rowing" at the end of season 4, and then it you know, once you give something to the internet, it then belongs to the internet, and I then belonged to the internet for a while. There's been a few. I mean, I quite like the one where it's just the poster for the life of Pi, but with me put in the boat with the tiger. I mean, he's if nothing else, Gendry has been good meme material over the years. I think, you know, he had if he wasn't rowing, he was running in season 7. And someone asked me once, in the Game of Thrones Olympic team, is Gendry a runner or a rower? And I was like, there's only one answer to that question, because he's not winning any medals for rowing, is he? It took him 3 seasons to row back into the story, so I think he's a runner. I don't quite know how to answer that question without spoiling anything. He's there. He's in it. That's all you need to know.